Today is July 7th, 2026, and we're going to start on an economic calendar. Um, as you see, there is no news driver today. So whatever trade that we need to take or that we will take has to be obvious, has to be clean, and has to jump out at us today. And see, we ran our sell side that was mapped out yesterday right here. Do this. What else did we do yesterday? We wicked up into the fair value gap that we mapped out yesterday, and then immediately responded off of that down into this sell side right here. Why is my screen going black, man? Man, come on. So my next sell side liquidity on the 15-minute going to be this here, and then we have an inefficiency here. So I'm going to be looking for shorts this morning, just based on the fact that we use this. We wicked up into it, stayed below. Again, this is a 15-minute chart. So that's why I will be looking for shorts this morning until something shows me otherwise. Down into here and then down into this inefficiency right here. So 15-minute SIBI. Wicked up into it again, stay in the bottom half. See if we can come in, work into this one, and then clear this. Then let's see what that looks like on the 1 minute. The 1 minute, relative equal low down here, and then this would be the inefficiency I was referring to on the 15-minute. So let's look for shorts. Got about 11 minutes before the opening bell. And then we have a buy side, and we also have a sell side. Let's take all that off from yesterday. Mm, 15-minute. Another 15-minute SIBI up in here. So like I said, as it sits, I would like to see the market go short, go lower, just based off of what I see right here. Sell side or buy side liquidity. Sell side. We'll go down in the 1 minute. So this sell side is on the 15-minute chart. I got one right here on the 1 minute. I'm going to map that out as well. But then we have relative equal highs up here. 1, 2, 3. So let's see what we do at the opening bell, see how we run this. To see if we can get back up here or if we want to just continue to go short. But like I said, as it sits, I would prefer shorts, leaving civvies unfilled, unfilled, unfilled. See if we can get down in here. And then let's see what lows or if any are resting down there. We have an Asian low from July 2nd resting down below. Like I said, we got to see if we can get past here, here, to even think about getting down here. So let's get on the 1 minute so we can be ready to pull the trigger when and if we need to today. So 1, 2, 3. I'd have to put my stop loss up here if I take that. And let's make sure everything is working. All right. And now we'll just wait. I'm watching the 15-minute chart. So it'd be, since we're trading between this range, high to low. So I'd like to see if we can retrace back up into this 15-minute SIBI right here to continue to go lower. Again, I would like to see it get this Asian low and then start working into this inefficiency right here. 15-minute SIBI. We'll go back down to the up or down to the 1 minute. And I think we may have missed that entry, but our stop loss would have been up here. Like I said, I want to see if we could retrace back into here to continue to go lower. So far since the so we ran the Asia or the London low already. Just ran this sell side liquidity right here. So next would be this inefficiency and then this low right here. And there is no news driver today. So like I stated at the beginning, we want it to be clean, want it to be obvious, want it to jump out at us. So we just ran this sell side right here. which is a singular low. Yeah, we're going to take a short. Like I preferably would like to see it wick back up in here. So hopefully opening bell, wick up in here, a little short to see if we can continue to work down into the lows. If not, we don't get it. We don't get it. It is what it is. So we got 3 minutes until the opening bell. So we closed at a premium. And then we're trading down here. So we're at a discount. Got a 1 minute civvy. Like I said, 15-minute chart is showing lower prices, but we just ran this singular low. All right, creeping up on the opening. If that closes below there, I'm going to take a short. Oh, dang it. Okay. Glad I didn't. And let's see where we're opening. So opening range gap low. The high up there. So that's our opening range gap right now. So we ran the sell side, wicked up into it. First target would have to be consequent encroachment of this. Like I said, relative equal highs up here, and we have a singular high resting up there. So we're just gonna wait it out. I like how we're wicking into this 15-minute. See if we can get lower. So that's the only inefficiency that we have right now up above us. And that was my one entry. So that's one. See if we can get another one. If we don't, we don't. It is what it is. Man, so that was the entry I was looking for. Wicking off of this 15-minute SIBI. To get us down here, here, and then here. Then start working in this 15-minute BISI down below. So let's see if we can get an entry. You know, I said if she just runs right through it and to it, because missed this one. As soon as this wicked up in there, I should have went short. And we're running right to the sell side. So we ran this sell side right here. And we're see if we can, how do we work into this 15-minute BISI down below. See how we work into there, if at all. Gotta be quicker than that. It'd be so much quicker than that one. Yeah, that was nice. It's exactly what we was waiting on this morning. So now we gotta wait and see what we can do. See if we retrace back up into here. Like I said, if not, then so be it. And be another, you know, traitless one. And we got another sell side there with another one right there. Well, that's down below. That's these two right here. So I'm gonna take those off. Take that off. And we'll take that one off. Now, since we just wicked into this, I'm going to be paying attention to something up there, depending on how we play in this one. 15-minute chart looks like this. We just threw wicks on both sides. To me, that is sometimes confusing. And that's where it's like, okay, well, if we're wicking both sides, I better wait a little bit longer. We'll see how we close into this one. So if I go short, 1, 2, 3, stop loss have to be up here at the high. I'm gonna go short. And I'm gonna put my stop loss here. And I want to see if we can close this fair value gap down into here. The consequent encroachment of this wick down here. So I put my target profit down into here, right here, see if we can get down there. Ideally, I would like to see it get down to this one, consequent encroachment of that, but we'll see. Again, it all depends on how we operate in this and see how we wick to consequent encroachment and then immediately left it. We start to close over this. We'll go ahead and shut it down and start looking the other way. So we're wicking up into this 1 minute civvy again. Like I said, I would like to see it come down into here. So this candle would have to close down into here for me to be okay. And we're not getting that. We got 40 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and close that one. So one loss so far. Didn't let it run to my stop loss. Then it becomes why? Well, we wicked into here. I wanted to see it close lower than this one right here, which obviously we opened up and closed up here. So now 15-minute chart is showing me again wicks on both sides. So now we're just gonna wait and see if we can get a BISI maybe up until the consequent encroachment to take these relative equal highs right here. See if we can get that. And then it may have been, hey, you were on the right side and you just closed it too early. If that's the case, then it is what it is. But since we wicked into here, and we also wicked up into this one right here, I would like to have seen it close below or over it, and which we didn't. And that's why I said I wanted to see this candle close down here. $15-minute chart still throwing wicks. Wicked up into here, wicked down in there. I would have been safe. My stop loss is up here, but again, I didn't really want it to, I didn't want to afford that because it didn't make sense. We went down, open, close. We closed up higher, open, close. We closed higher again. I wanted to see it close down up in here somewhere. So now I'm going to look for a BISI to see if we can get up to these relative equal highs, since we did run all the sell sides this morning that we have mapped out. Now we're wicking through that fair value gap, the 1 minute where we closed it. So it's holding true. Like I said, the wicks is what gives me troubles, especially if your higher time frame is throwing it on both sides. It looked good. Like, I ain't gonna lie and say it didn't. It looked real good. First target definitely should have been consequent encroachment of this right here, because if we can't get past halfway, there's no reason to even try and put my target profit down here. So that's on me. I'll take that one for sure. And again, 15-minute. Yeah, see, this is no bueno. We waked up into this one, waked up down into that one. So, like I said, whatever we take, it has to be obvious. I thought the first one was pretty obvious, but obviously the market has other plans. And then it becomes, well, what do we do? Well, we got a little gap in here where we waked up into that right here. Tiny little gap. Kind of like that short again. Since we wicked into this, if I go short, I would like to see it close past it. So we're going high to low. And it's the wicks that got me this morning, especially on the higher time frame. And we're still our time frame. Like I said, we drew a wick into here. We did not return back down in there. So a little tricky for sure. One, two, three. My stop loss would have to go up here. I'm gonna go short one more time. And since we wicked in here, I want to see if we can close over it. If we don't, we don't. It is what it is. I want to see if we can get to, since we already tapped into it, consequent encroachment of this wick right here. That's what we're going to try and get to today. And we've been short. Like I said, what caught me was these wicks. And now we're just going to hold and watch and wait. And maybe one of the days where we just literally go back and forth. Is it something I want to be part of? Absolutely, positively not. But I pressed the button. No one forced me to. No one told me to. This is my own analysis. This is how I see it. And we're just going to hold on to it. And try not to move that stop loss. It takes it. It takes it. It is what it is. Again, I'm targeting consequent encroachment of this wick right here. There's no inefficiencies. I mean, I guess I could go to this low, but I like this wick right here. And that's why my target profit is there. And since we already tagged it once at consequent encroachment, I would like to see it go all the way through it. And I'm not saying that's like, to me, that's a confirmation. Well, since we already tagged it, if we go through it, it's more than likely that we're looking for something down below. And I'm okay with closing the chart at hitting this halfway. So we're at consequent encroachment again. Like I said, I want to see something close over that. That's a 15-minute BISI right here. I don't want to see it wick and then go higher like it's doing. So that's 1, 2. Yeah, I want to see you close below it. You got 7 minutes left in the 15-minute candle. So we'll see what it does in the next 7 minutes. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. We took One loss so far this morning. And the crazy part is, if I would have left my stop loss where it was and not closed it early, we would not have been stopped out. So that's another thing, is like, well, we never got up to the high where my original stop loss was. So I'm just going to hold it and see. So open, close, we close below it. I want to see it continue to push lower. We have a low there. But again, I'm targeting this right here, which is consequent encroachment of this lowest wick right here. I want to see if we can get down there. Will it? I don't know. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Our loss this morning was 191. So we'll see how we close up into here, if we can. One of the things I need to work on as a trader is holding to my target. So that's what we're going to do, depending on how we operate up into here. And that's where it's like, oh, your goal is what? My goal is 500 a day. That is my goal. It's another thing I'm struggling with. Do we close it with our goal, or do we leave it and see if we can get down there? My intuition, my gut is telling me close it with my goal. It's better than nothing. So that's what I'm going to do. Close it with the goal. So we got 478 out of it, which again, that's fine. And now we'll watch and wait and see if we were right. And I believe so, because we're wicking over that 15-minute BISI as we wanted it to. And then we'll see how we operate up into here. Could I re-enter and get more out of it? I'm sure I could. I'm sure I could, but I'm okay with what I just did. Did I want to see it to hit the target that I was looking for? Of course. But like I said, I got my loss back, and also then some. Is it as big as I wanted it to? No, it's not. But it's better than nothing. It's more than I started with. Uh, I added to the account, and that's the ultimate goal, is to keep, progressively adding to it. Like that is the ultimate goal. Obviously, you don't want to, subtract from it. You want to continue to add to it. So that's what we're going to do. Progressively add to it. Especially considering I didn't take a trade yesterday. I'm okay with it. I'm perfectly fine. So I closed it too early up in here, which I should have left it. It would have it would never have hit my stop loss. Stop loss at the high of this candle. We, entered here off of 1 minute SIBI and closed it here because I had hit my target profit goal. I want to make $500 a day to start and obviously grow into that. So that's why I closed it. I wanted to see it hit here, which that was our original target profit. But we had ran this low right here on a 15-minute chart as well. So something is definitely better than nothing. I'll take that all day. I don't know where I can go and make that kind of money that easily, unless doing something you ain't supposed to, or with some degree, or some kind of higher education, something like that. But which I don't have. So again, I'm okay. Now I literally want to watch and wait and see what would have ran to my initial target profit. And so one of the questions I'm asking myself right now is, does it make sense to close it when you reach your goal, or is it better off to try and hit your target profit? I think personally it makes sense to close it when it hits your goal versus trying to get down to a target profit that may never be hit. So again, I'm okay with it. Pretty solid entry. I really, really, really wish I would have held this. But again, that's something we're gonna grow into. But man, I'm okay with that. Like I said, the goal is to progressively add to the account and not subtract. Keep your subtractions or your minuses to a minimum. And that's good with me, man. Like that is a-okay. One trade, couple $100. It's fine with me. Fine with me. So now we're trading in this 1 minute SIBI, which is below consequent encroachment of the 15-minute BISI. So if I wanted to re-enter, it'd be off of this SIBI right here. But again, like I said, I'm content. Like I'm content. Because my stop loss would have to be 1, 2, 3. It'd have to be up the high or consequent encroachment of this said wick. I am content. Like I said, it's either my goal, my daily goal, or a target profit that can potentially never be hit. Um, in my head, it just makes sense to go ahead and take what, if it hits your daily goal, take it. And if this does run to my target profit, that also lets me know, well, maybe I should widen my daily goal. So maybe instead of 5, we shoot for 6. Maybe instead of 6, we shoot for 8. That kind of thing. But like I said, I'm okay. Is it? You know, Someone will say, "Well, that wasn't enough." Well, that's plenty for me. Like I'm fine. I'm not hurting. I didn't subtract. I added to it, and that's okay with me. Hey, okay. Like I said, all I'm waiting on to see if how we hit the target profit and if we hit it, which again is in the way. Look at this. There's no inefficiency on the 15-minute chart, so I would say definitely going to get there. Wanted to see consequent encroachment of this wick. We're below consequent encroachment of this 15-minute BISI, and then one single candle laid over it on the higher time frame. Again, if I wanted to re-enter, I could enter, put my stop loss up here, which is tight, but I don't. Again, I'm okay. I'm okay. trying to limit myself to 3 trades a day. Any more than that seems excessive. I remember when I first started this, there was one day where I took, it was either 24 trades in a day and straight slaughtered that account, like slaughtered it. So from where I was to at where I am now, I am completely happy. Like I am, I'm ecstatic. Because again, like I was saying yesterday, if I can know when to stop, know why I stopped, know why it didn't and why it did, that's a bright future. I think that's extremely bright. Yeah, that would have been a very tight stop loss, and I'm not sure if I would have got stopped out or not. So right here, yeah, I would have been stopped out. So it would have had to be consequent encroachment of this said wick or at the high of this wick. So we didn't run straight to it. We retraced back into a 1 minute SIBI. Open, close, open, close. This candle is lower than this one. But yeah, my gut is saying go ahead and re-enter. But, me is saying nope. Nope, nope, nope. I'm okay with that. Especially since the fact that, our first trade was a loss because I closed it too early. And we got, that back and then some. So that's another thing I have to work on is not if it's gonna take the stop loss, let it take it. That is what you're paying to stay in the game. But again, in my head, it made sense to close it because I wanted to see this candle or this candle close lower than this one, which we never got. But if I would have left it, shoulda, coulda, woulda, hindsight 2020, it would never have got my target profit. It would have never attacked. I mean, it might have, just because no, it wouldn't have gotten it. And we wicked up through this inefficiency right here. There's a gap. There's a tiny little gap in there. So that's what this wick did. We have this tiny little thing. And basically, I'm just waiting to see if we are going to get down here. And see how we do it, if at all. And again, that's the take your initial goal, or see if we can get to a target that may never be hit. And if it is hit, you take in the information and keep on pushing. Obviously, taking the information is probably a little more important than pressing a button. So one thing that like to note is we have relative equal highs up here. Right here at this buy side liquidity, and then another one there. Again, not saying that's where it's going to go. I'm just saying that's, that's noted in my head. Relative equal highs. We ran the sell side down here. We ran this sell side. Never got the consequent encroachment of this wick so far. But the other flip side is we close a singular candle over this 15-minute BISI, and we stay below consequent encroachment on this next candle. So now we want to wait and see if we can get down to our initial profit target. If we get it, we get it. If we don't, we don't. We have no skin in the game. We are out. We are just watching and waiting and gaining more information. Clock just hit 10:08. So our silver bullet at 10, we start looking right here down into there. So I mean, I guess I could have took the silver bullet too, but and then where's your target? It would have been my initial profit target of consequent encroachment of that 15-minute wick. But yeah, we gonna grow into that for sure. Like for sure. You know, baby steps. You gotta crawl before you can walk. You gotta walk before you can run. You gotta jog before you can sprint. You gotta get them legs working. Get them legs working. Let's see how long we've been recording today. Right at an hour. So from 9:48 to 55. Yeah, I'll take that all day. Like I'll take that all day. So made a couple $100 within, was that 48 to 55? So in 7 minutes, that's insane. Like that is insane. That's crazy if you think about it. Not even an hour, not even a few hours, in 7 minutes. Yeah, I'm definitely okay with that one. Like definitely. Like I said, I just want to see if we hit the initial target profit that we were looking for. So after we ran this low or the sell side liquidity, we had right here on the 15-minute, and that's just a singular low. So after we ran that, back up to the 1 minute, we went back up into the 1 minute SIBI while staying below the 15-minute BISI. We never hit above consequent encroachment. Again, I could have entered here, but why give back something that potentially could not have gone down here? Ran this low again, never got back up in the consequent encroachment. So we want to see if we can get to this initial target profit, and then we'll go ahead and close it and we'll end it there. And then we'll do something else, I suppose. Again, try and limit myself to 3 trades max. We took 2 today. 1 loss, 1 winner, got back the loss and then some. So really don't want to push it a third time. I don't find it necessary to push it a third time because I'm okay with with what I did this morning. And boom, the initial target profit would have been hit. So that lets me know your analysis was right. Um, it's okay to take a loss. Your stop loss is there for a reason. And then just work on holding. Like literally just work on holding. It's literally all you have to do. Work on holding, and that goes to both sides. If it's going to hit that stop loss, let it hit it. If you think it's going to go to somewhere and the market shows you that, let it go. But then on the flip side, um, you do have your daily goal. So is it better to take that daily goal, or is it better to see if we can get somewhere else? And then that's where it comes to safety or growth. Obviously, we want growth, so might have to widen my goal to see if we can get to whatever target profit. Because obviously, the whole point of this is to grow. Yeah, so yeah, like I said, I just wanted to see if we can hit that target profit. We just hit it. See if we can get the 29.3450 and then the 29.328 even. Those are 15-minute. That's this singular low here. Like I said, I wanted to see consequent encroachment of that hit. If we can close below that, it's more than likely we'll get this. And if we can get this, I'm not saying we're going to go there, but it's relatively close. So I wouldn't be opposed for it going down there. Then maybe it's another thing. Well, you mapped out all these sell sides. Just let it run to them. Like, again, safety or growth. Growth says, well, you mapped out the sell sides. Those are your targets. Let it go. Like, let it go. And it's not a gamble. It's literally letting it go to the information that you know how to use it. There's a reason why you mapped them out. It's like, well, why? Well, that's where you want to see price go to. Is it going there? Yes, it is. Literally tagged all three of them, two so far. So we may get the other one. Boom. Again, safety or growth, man. Safety or growth. Safety or growth. I prefer growth over safety any day. So that means get uncomfortable. That means allow it to do what it's going to do. That also means use the information you've been taught, use the information you've retained, use what you know. I literally use what you know. So I'm going to go ahead and end this here. We got all our sell side liquidities tagged that we mapped out. We closed one trade too early as a loss because it was going, like I said, we wanted to see this candle close lower than this one, which we didn't. It would have never got to my stop loss. It would have been, that was a tight one for sure. And to trust what you know, like trust the skills you have obtained, trust, the things you have learned. Or just trust yourself. And again, if it hits the stop loss, it hits it. That's what you paid to stay in the game. So on that note, I said it's a short one, shorter than the others. Wanted to see all those sell sides ran, which we got. I'm okay with the performance. I'm okay with what we took out. Two trades took in. Don't really want to push it for a third. If I do, it'll be after lunch. But again, that's not a situation I like to trade in. This is where I like to be. So, that being said, my friends, boys and girls, and everything in between, I think we're going to go ahead and close this recording. It's been an honor. It's been a pleasure. Keep them accounts safe. Take your time. Give yourself grace. Like, give yourself grace and grow where you're planted. Grow where you're planted. And it's safety or growth. Safety or growth. So love your mama, love your daddy, love your brothers, love your sisters, love everybody like you want to be loved. And peace.